morning everyone, and welcome to my craft room. My name's Julianne Richards and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in southern Tasmania. I won't be live at 10:30 this morning, our usual crafting time, because I'm actually tuning into the annual Creativity Now event, which is a wonderful event that Stampin' Up puts on for exclusively for us demos, and it's a great opportunity for us to get together online and craft together and see great new products and crafting hints. So it's, as I say, one of the great perks about being a Stampin' Up demonstrator is all these wonderful opportunities the company gives us to get together, craft and build our connections with each other and with the product. So yeah, I'll be doing that from about 10 o'clock today right through to sometime mid-afternoon. So I thought I'd get on, record this short video, show you a couple of things that I've got happening in my craft room, and hopefully inspire you as well to get crafting yourself. Couple of things first of all before I get started. I've just released the cards for my July Funfold class. So if you live in Australia, I'll just move that to the side, live in Australia and you would like to do my Funfold class, these are the designs we are doing in July. I'm theming it around easel cards. I've got a side easel card here, so a vertical or side easel card. This one, it actually sits upright rather than landscape like the others. I've got what they call an upright easel card because it's so vertical like that, and I've used that with the coffee theme from the Latte Love, and a side panel easel card which we're building the beautiful Mediterranean blooms. So you purchase this class, 27 Australian dollars, only for Australian customers, sadly. $27 gets you everything you need to make these cards except for the sentiments and sentiments and the ink and the adhesives. So you get all the punched sentiment boxes, die cuts, everything scored, cut and ready to go, including PDF instructions, video instructions, depending on how you like to learn or how you like to follow things. You can either do watch the videos or just read the PDF, and postage and envelopes. So there you go. So that's what you get for those. So basically just sentiments and adhesives, and you've got those three wonderful cards. A little bit of a heads up with this one. This one uses little images from the ephemera pack. They're not included. I just thought I'd better blurt that out because the ephemera pack, you can buy them separately and use those little coffee cups and sentiments there. But, you know, you can use your own sentiments and images there if you want to. So that's my Funfold class for July. We've also got in July some brand new online exclusives going live. I've bought a couple of them in pre-order, which actually sort of appealed to me. We've got our first whiff of Christmas with the Greetings of the Season stamp set. So it's basically just sentiments for the Christmas holiday season and a matching die set. I haven't opened that yet, but I believe, let's do it now. Why not? We'll get crafting in a second, I promise. I believe when I purchased it, it's a whole series of appropriately sized sentiment boxes. Yep, and stitched tags and things like that. So that's going to be really handy for Christmas card making and gift giving and beyond. You can always use a good sentiment box. So that's the Greetings of the Season bundle. And the Changing Leaves, this is one I'm really excited to get looking at. The Changing Leaves bundle. Obviously we've got a stamp set with some quite lovely leaves and sentiments there, but it does have a hybrid embossing folder as well, which basically is it cuts the leaves and embosses them with their lovely grainy veins and things at the same time. I won't get that out, but watch out for that as well. So they are new online exclusives. They become available to customers early July. And if you can't wait, join my team and you can pre-order them in your starter kit. Okay, I think that's about it. Glass mat becomes available to customers in early July as well. If you can't wait, well, that's not very far away now. The glass plate, you can also join the team and pop that into your starter kit as well. That's always a way to get things a little bit earlier. Okay, well, let's have a look at this kit while we're here. I've got to get ready for Creativity Now in a very short time. So this is the Scenic Route Travel Journal. And now I'm not a big journaler. I'm not a big scrapbooker. You guys have probably worked that out. I don't know that I ever will be confident enough as a scrapbooker to give classes or anything, but I like to dabble. And this travel journal, since we'd actually just come back from our wonderful trip to Mexico, I thought this travel journal might be an interesting thing for me to pop together for my own purposes, but as to show you guys as well. So obviously it comes in its box. It's got instructions there. Now it has instructions, but really, being a travel journal, the instructions are suggestions only, because there is so much stuff in this little box. You can see here what's actually in the box. There's so much in this little box that, you could just go absolutely mad. And with the stickers and die cuts and all the stuff that they give you in the box, you could probably do 2 or 3 travel journals just with the options that are given to you. So anyway, here's mine. And I've actually completed it. As I say, I'm not a hugely confident scrapbooker journaler, but I thought I would give this one a bit of a go and then just show you the end result and show you what you can actually do with this little journal. So it comes with a lovely hard cardboard cover, obviously, which you can use the stickers and little boxes and things to decorate the front of. I strayed slightly from the thing in the fact that I've written Mexico 2024 or 24 on the side there with the other little stickers that were given and a little Stampin' Up sticker there that I got actually in Mexico. So, that's an addition I've made. It's got a handy little elastic closure. And as I say, this is the pile of stickers, sentiment boxes, journaling boxes, a sticker ABCs, those little round ones that I talked about before, cameras, maps, globes, leaves, planes, little, as I say, journaling boxes, things like that. There's a whole host. This is a little pocket that you can actually add, and I'll show you that as we work the way through. Yeah, lots and lots and lots there. And as I say, I've completed this and I have still so much there that I could use. I could probably get another couple of journals out of that, just leftovers there as well. So, and I'm sure I will use them over time. And the languages, you've got English, French, German. I don't know what the last one is. Austrian, Belgium. No, that's French. There's different languages there as well. So all the sentiments and the stickers and the little sayings and things that you get, they're all there in the 3 different languages or 4 different languages, English and 3 other languages as well. So if you were going to somewhere like you're going to France or to Germany or somewhere where they speak French or German, you could always use those ones to just have a bit of fun with the language of the place you've visited. So there we go. So as I say, there's a wad of stuff there that you get with the journal. So let's have a little look and see what I've done with mine, and I'll show you how I anticipate you could add some more pages if you wanted to, if you found that it wasn't quite enough. Although I was quite sceptical, because you actually only get 4 of these pull-out pages. You get 4 pages or 4 sheets that you can turn into pages in your journal. And to me, it didn't seem very much. I thought that's going to be quite skinny when it's finished. But as you can see, when you finish it, and you add all the pictures and things, it actually fills it out quite nicely. You could probably put a couple more pages in there if you wanted to, and as I say, I'll show you how I think you could do that very soon. Anyway, so there's our cover, and as I say, I've popped the details on the spine. I thought if you had 3 or 4 of them on a bookshelf, you could have the little label there on the end and you'd know which one to get out. Now, this is only, the pictures I've put in here are only the first half of our trip to Mexico. We went to Mexico a little bit before, 4 days before the actual incentive trip, and we stayed in Cancun or near Cancun, and this is just that little preliminary time when it was just my husband and I, and we stayed in this amazing little bed and breakfast on the outskirts of Cancun, and it was just lovely. So hopefully you'll see a little bit of that in the pictures that I've got in my little travel journal. Okay, so here we go. So as I say, you get strips of colour that you can add there to make banners. You've got the little suitcases there that we've added to the front page. This is my husband and I on the plane. The plain selfie is the only selfie that Stephen will happily take. So he's quite happy in the plain selfie, but as I insist on selfies later in the trip, you'll sometimes notice he gets a bit grumpier and grumpier as we go. So that's our first page. So you open it up and then this sort of flicks out like this. So you've got extra pages in there. There's one of our little pockets that I mentioned, and the use of those letters, sort of the sticker letters from the kit. La Villa de Golf, that's the little B&B that we stayed at. And as you can see, I've got like extra photos in that little pocket, which is awesome. There's a little sentiment, a journaling box down the bottom here. Haven't done any journaling yet. That's the one thing I really, or one of the things that makes me a little bit scared about scrapbooking is that I don't like my writing, so I tend to ruin things. This is the view from our window of our little B&B. And there's our breakfast, which was absolutely wonderful. So you get the little things, so yummy, just loving life, all those sorts of little sentiments and things that you can pop in as you go. So this one opens up there. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages in that little bit there. Then you've got this one. It's a different colour, but it's the same. It has it was the swimming pool. It actually ran, if I got there, so there's the swimming pool out the back of our which we had to ourselves most of the time. And one particular day it rained. It was the only rain we saw in the whole trip in Mexico, and it was torrential. It was obviously tropical rain. And somebody who I know and love, here we can see, he was out going for a swim, going for a walk in Cancun, and got very, very, very wet. He was out in that rain. Again, that's that little pocket there that you can pop some leftover pictures in there. Little sayings, globes, all like that, journaling boxes, as I say. And we keep going. Now, the one thing, I've got a few hints with putting this one together that I've picked up. Print off your pictures in various different sizes and orientations. So if you've got lots of landscape photos, sort of print them off smaller so you can fit them on the page. This is the inside of our Airbnb. That's where we had the breakfast there in the top one, and that's just a little lounge. It was absolutely amazing. Just items of art in there that probably you'd be happy if you had one of them in your home, but they had just rooms of them. It was amazing. And again, hola, hello. There's our little journaling box. Again, we've used some stickers and things. Another journaling box with some stickers. This one here on the right is where we discovered a wonderful little restaurant on the edge of the lagoon. Very tropical. Had our meals there every night that we could before the event started. We just popped back to this little bar cantina thing and had our meals there. The food was wonderful. Again, I've cut them at very different sizes to get them into the page. Then that's the food we actually got, a couple of drinks, lots of margaritas and pina coladas and mojitos and things. Here we are. So we went for a walk, obviously. That's the Caribbean Sea off Cancun. Some more journaling boxes. Some of the little one of those little pockets with some more photos there. I think that was my first margarita there that I've got in that picture. Wandered around Cancun. The beaches there are amazing. Some of the hotels that are straight on the beach are absolutely breathtaking. It's a thing to see. Then we found, typical of us, anyone who knows Stephen and I know that we go to the tropics and we find ourselves in a museum. We always end up in a museum. This one was very interesting. It was about Mayan culture, the Musée Maya. And it was absolutely fascinating to learn about the Mayans and their history and culture. It was absolutely enthralling. So we ended up at the museum, and they out the back had one of the pyramid ruins there as well. So that was really cool. That was our first bit of a taster for when we eventually went to Chichen Itza later on in the time. So there, and that's the inside of the museum, and a couple of photos there. And everywhere we went, which was quite shocking when you first saw them scurry out across the footpath in front of you, they were the lizards or the Gila monsters or whatever they are. They were absolutely everywhere. So we had to get a picture, I think, of our first one that nearly made us jump out of our skin when we first saw him. And again, I've got some pictures there on the back with the with the little pocket that's the spare one. Okay, so as I say, that turns into quite a comprehensive little journal when you've got it all full like that. With the 4 sheets of paper that they give you to make pages, you actually get 20 pages. So 20 pages is pretty good for a taster to a trip that you may have taken. My one hint, or a couple of hints when putting it together, I think I've already said, cut your photos to different sizes and print them off at smaller as well to get as many in as you can. Also, the pages slip in and out like this. So they slip in and out like this. So when you're actually, I suppose, when you're decorating them, you have them out of the journal. So you're decorating both sides there. Now, if you're anything like me, you like to have your photos in a certain order. As you can see there, I've started off with pictures of the hotel, then gone to the little place we had all our meals, and then the walk around Cancun and the museum at the end. If you do that, if you just basically put all your photos on these things, you will find yourself a bit out of order. I mean, because once they're in the journal, they sort of get intermeshed with each other, intertwined with each other. So basically you can see there, I've decorated that with the pool, and on the other side it's food and the hotel. But this one here on the back is the plane. Okay, so the very first page is actually the centre of the back, if that makes sense. So what I did first of all, realising that I wouldn't be able to keep them in the strict order that I wanted, I popped them in the journal first. This is before I did any decorating whatsoever. I popped them in the journal, she says, struggling, in the journal in the way that I wanted them, so with them inside each other like that. And I actually popped very, very pale, you can probably see them, I haven't scrubbed them off quite yet, very, very pale page numbers on them. So this was going to be page number 1, page number 2, 3, 4, 5. And that way I could, once I'd worked out what photos I wanted and what sort of chronological order I wanted to do them in, I can make sure that I had the airport photos at the beginning, the hotel photos in the next, and then et cetera, all the way to the end of that part of our trip. Otherwise, if you just go and put all your airport photos on one sheet, you're going to find one airport photo at the front, and then you're going to find another airport photo at the back. It's just to keep you in that sort of, if you're worried about those sorts of things as I do, just to keep them in that order, basically. Yeah. So now I've got this completed, I will pop in and just erase those little numbers so that they're not seen anymore. But anyway, that is a cool little album. Hopefully you like that. And if you've got a trip coming up, or you've got photos of a trip hanging around ready to be used, I really recommend that this little journal is one of many. You can pop it on a shelf and refer to it again and again and again. Now, if you don't think there's enough pages there, I did actually try and work out how you could do another one. Because they basically just slip through that little elastic band there, you don't need to worry about any hinges or springs or having plastic protected leaves or anything like that. You can just add more pages by slipping them through that knot. So what I did, I found a colour, some designer series paper that matches, and this is actually sadly retired. I think it's the stippled rose or stippled something like that paper, and it has the gorgeous, you can see it has the I don't know what that would be, the colour is very similar to the colour that's already in the album, and the blue on the other side is the same as the bluey green in the album as well. So this paper basically fits the album perfectly well. And what I thought I would do, basically if you cut your paper down to, I think it's 8.5 inches by 11, score it at 5.5, you actually make yourself another 4 pages to add to your album. I then cut a second piece of cardstock of designer series paper, the same sort of weave. I'll just take my watch off, and to the same sort of like using the the ones from the album as a template, and I can pop that on there just with some double-sided tape. Sadly, 12 by 12, it's not big enough. 12 by 12 designer series paper, not big enough to do all this in one piece because you're using the lion's share of it there. But just grabbing a, I don't want it there, do I? I want it, or do I? Hang on. Which way are you going to go? That way. So I want it there. So just with some double-sided tape, turning that into a little pocket. And you've basically recreated that that little 4-page insert. Pop that there. There we are, and then we can grab a couple of spare photos. What have I got there? A couple of spare photos, and pop those in there, and you've got the little pocket that we talked about before. So I mean, you could decorate that. This is, as I talked about, just this huge number of sort of wonderful items in this little B&B. This was a vase. And it's just so shiny, and it was mosaicked, but it was it's like it was mosaicked with gold. It was just so wonderful. I had to take a picture of it all by itself because it was just so amazing. I mean, you could add at different pages to the album, put your different photos and things in. There we are. Let's see. I'll see if I can do one. As I say, I'm not a confident scrapbooker or journaler by any stretch, but let's see how we can go with this. So let's just do this double page. So what have I got left? Okay, well, we've got that, and we've got, I think I had another one. Let's put, where is it? Let's put a strip of, what's the colours on that? It's got, so the terracotta of that couch would go nicely with that. Another hint, be a little bit careful, as you can just tell. Be a little bit careful when you rip your stickers off. I was a little bit enthusiastic with a couple and ended up sort of ripping their fronts off, which wasn't a good look, but yes. And what else? We've got the blue of the, it's just I haven't put that back on the sheet carefully enough, and it's got some of the backing on there. That's okay, we'll pop that there. So take that across the top. Yeah, and we can add our photo. Where's my snail? Now they do give you double-sided tape in the, I think that one's run out. They give you double-sided tape in the, which is this one, in the kit, so you can use that to sort of stick down your journaling boxes and your photos. I never put a huge amount of, when I do scrapbooking, I never put a huge amount of adhesive on the photos. I really just need to stay roughly in spot. Yeah, and then we can pop a little journaling box or something down the bottom there. What have we got? Oh, there's just, as I say, so much here. Maybe this one. Yeah, just again, I might use a bit of glue since that's handy. Journal it a bit later on. And then we could bring in some hearts, or there's some little hearts there. Put that one of those on there. And I did see a sentiment that was quite appropriate there. It's the inside or sentiment, or a little phrase or saying. Let's saw the inside story, which I thought would be nice because it's actually the inside of our little Airbnb, so we can pop that on there. Don't want to cover it over though, do I? Not too much. Here we are. Okay, a little heart we've got already. I think I've used all my little leaves and things. So I've got quite a big leaf there. That might be a bit too big. But anyway, you can see what I mean. You can add the little stars, little hearts, all those sorts of things. Then over this side, we could probably add... we could even add like a whole journaling box there if you wanted to. If I cut that down, I could pop that on that side, or put some more of the letters. Again, you know, stuff like that, like I did with the original journal. So anyway, as I say, quite easy to pop lots and lots and lots and lots of the little accessories on things as well. So there's one there that's got the little bar and a globe there as well. That's what you could do on that side. And as I say, when you're done, you could just grab it here. And as I say, this is one I've just made with some matching designer series paper. Just grab the elastic band there, put it through, and you've made an extra page for your journal. You'll never know that it wasn't meant to be there. There we are, with the colours matching so well. Okay, so that's another 4 pages to take it to 24, which is, you know, getting quite substantial and quite full as well. So, okay, so that is the travel journal. That is the Scenic Route Travel Journal Kit. Lots and lots and lots of options there. Lots of opportunities to journal and document your wonderful travels as you go around the world. But anyway, so that's really all I wanted to show you this time. The travel journal is available now. If you pop into online, you can see it. I think it's under crafting kits. So go to the kit section and then go to the crafting. It's been. I really enjoyed popping it together, even though, as I say, I'm a very, very, very novice memory keeper. But I really, really enjoyed that. So hopefully you can grab one and pop them together as well. So I might actually grab some more. So that was just the first few days of our trip to Mexico. I've got lots and lots and lots and lots of extra photos when once we actually got to the Stamping Up incentive trip and to the resort, and then we went on some tours, and the photos just keep coming. That was absolutely an amazing trip, one I'm very, very, very grateful for. Okay, so I'm going to sign off now. Hopefully you've enjoyed that little peek at the travel journal, and we'll add it to your wish list for your next order. It's been great to spend some time with you this morning. I'm going to get ready for creativity now, and I will see you all again during the coming week.